Hello guys, welcome to the Preventive Care program. Um, During this presentation we will go over a few instructions, but mostly introduction of new students, of course, some of old students and faculty. I hope during the presentation you can ask some questions too about the program. Essentially, we are going to do the introductions first, and then we'll talk a little bit about the structure of the program, the 3 years, so many of you know already of that. And then we will have a presentation about the history of the program for you to be aware of where are you going. And then we finish with questions that we might have. Uh, Starting the introduction, I'm sorry I didn't remember to record, so I start the presentation without recording. So I am now trying to make the introductions of the guys that I missed in the presentation. It's my fault, but I'll do my best to fix it. So this is the three faculties that we have. Myself, Dr. Ernie Medina. Dr. Ernie Medina is a graduate of preventive care, and also he is the one that does more exercise in the program. We just finished a research about pickleball. Dr. Medina is an expert in pickleball, and we even did a dissertation based on that using one of our students, Dr. Kathy Ohms. And then also Dr. Medina is one of the main persons in the health coach program that we have in the program, and also as an independent certificate. So if you need information about health coaching, he is the one. He is already credentialed health coaching by the National Board of Health and Wellness Coaching. Also, Dr. Medina has an experience on smoking cessation. He has worked with risk management, and his former work was in Beaver Medical Group. And then he did an extensive work there as a preventive care specialist, and then and helped many people to stop smoking. The other faculty is Dr. Michael Palani. Michael Palani was a former graduate in the program. By the way, he graduated in 2009. He was one of my students, and he was responsible for the clinic that I will show you in the slides later on. I think I mentioned that Michael has worked with us, has a few publications with us on the past when he finished the program. He is also a registered dietitian, and then he is the director of the Master in Science in Plant-Based Nutrition. So it's a new Master in Science program that the School of Public Health is launching. And Dr. Palani is in charge of that program, and also a professor in preventive care. Some of you are going to have him or Dr. Medina as your mentor, or myself. So let's go to the first students that were present during the presentation. And then they introduce themselves. I'm gonna try to record or to remember what they mention about themselves. First on the left we have Lady Ann Cordero. Lady Ann Cordero is an adjunct teacher at La Sierra University undergraduate school on exercise. She is also a registered dietitian. And then she teaches also in the Southeast California College. So Lady Ann Cordero then. The second one is Elena Taneva Sholakova. She is a nurse practitioner in Florida Hospital. She lives in Orlando, Florida. And then she is also working in the Advent Health University as a research assistant. So Elena Taneva. Then we have Mecca Cheniere. Mecca Cheniere comes from Texas. She is a physician assistant in Texas, and then she is joining the Preventive Care online program. She is located in Dallas, Texas. Then, let me see, we have new folks. We have old folks. The ones that are in the program, they introduce themselves, and I didn't record, so I'm repeating here. So we have Rayanne Liel. She finished our master's in lifestyle management a few years ago. This master is terminated. What I mean is that he was merged with health education, and then we create the masters in health education and wellness that contained also the certificate in health coaching. And then, before we merged the two programs, Rayanne Leal finished her master there, and then now she is a student in preventive care. Rayanne is a very active person. She works in Riverside Community Hospital, and then she also is a co-author with one of our professors in a book about addiction, and then she wrote a chapter on inhalants for that book. The second person here is Linda Williams. Her total name is too big. It's Linda Sewer Bridges Williams. And then Linda she just passed 1 year in the program. She is a social worker for Kaiser Permanente, and her expertise is geriatrics or gerontology. She likes to deal with the elderly, and then she joins our program and is doing very well during the first year. The third person here is Gregory Cohen. Gregory comes from Santa Barbara County. I forgot the city. I think it's Studio City. Yeah, Studio City. And he is an exercise trainer, and then also is a vegetarian chef. So something exciting, and he's building up. He also finished our master in public health in lifestyle management together with Rayanne Leal, and then he is building up his preventive care expertise with a broad skills in prevention in order to deal with as much as possible prevention, primary prevention and secondary prevention of those that have already affected by lifestyle diseases. Okay, now we continue the original presentation with the other folks that I was able to record. I'll see you. Continue with us.
Vivian Buxett. I am living in San Diego, and right now I got my master's from the University of Wisconsin, master's in health and wellness management. So my focus in my master's degree was workplace wellness, and I want to continue that on into preventative care. Currently I work with the quarantine station here in San Diego, but we'll be transitioning into a new position on Friday. So I'm excited about this whole week. be helping build the new lab for the County of San Diego. So I will be looking at wellness in a workplace wellness in a different perspective from building it, including human capital. So I'm excited for everything, and nice to meet everybody.
Okay, who is next?
I can go next.
Okay, Ana Julia, go ahead.
Yes, good afternoon. My name is Ana Julia, but I know that's long, so usually people just call me AD. I'm new. This is my first experience with Loma Linda, and obviously in preventive care. I'm originally from Venezuela, but I live in Chicago. And the last few years, I've been just doing a lot. I don't know where Dr. DeSantos went. There he is. I have been doing a lot of work with the American Public Health Association with policy and advocacy, but more from the side of the clinical side. I've also spent a lot of time in the recent years, even to date, as a public health practitioner, usually in refugee and immigrant clinics. And of course, I feel that, preventive medicine should kind of be at the forefront of people's minds before we get to that critical side on the other side of things. So as all of you, I share a passion for this. I'm excited to start. Thank you.
Hi, I am Ammar from Saudi Arabia, and I will be in person. I think me, the only one, or I don't know how many of you will be in person, and it's pleased to meet you all. Actually, this is my passion to be in this program since a long time, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to be at Loma Linda University, and looking forward to take this experience. Thank you, everyone.
Welcome, Ammar. I'm not sure if he mentioned he is a physician in Saudi Arabia. So just
yes.
to add the description. Then we go to Yumang.
Give me a minute, let me on my camera. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Umang, and I am an alumni of Loma Linda, and I'm in Loma Linda for a long time, done my master's here, and currently also in certain studies, one with Dr. Santos as well. And he's a great teacher, great mentor, and the team is great at preventive care. And I'm excited to start my DRPH at preventive care, and looking forward to my peers as well. Thank you very much, everyone.
That was great. Thank you. In fact, Yumang is working with us here in this center here that I show you, doing some health assessments and helping us in research. She has a master in epidemiology, master in public health in epidemiology. So we have used her a lot in our programs here. Jocelyn is unable to join us because her phone is not working. I asked her to introduce her in the chat. Let's see if she's gonna do that. So if you wanna know more about her, you look at the chat. I believe I don't miss anybody here. Anybody else that I didn't mention? Maybe Monique, we would like to talk to you a few words. Monique is responsible for the academic office and setting you with courses and things like that. Are you there, Monique?
Yes, I am here. Let me set up my video. Hello, welcome everyone. It's nice to meet you. I am joining today just to want to introduce myself. I am in Nickel Hall 1515 for our students on campus. If you ever have any questions about your progress here on campus, feel free to visit me. And as Dr. Dos Santos mentioned, I am the Student Success Coordinator. I work with students during the term. I help them understand the policy. If they ever have any requests for a leave of absence, I can assist with that. If they have any academic performance issues, our office will also be contacting those students. But again, welcome, congratulations. This is a very interesting and exciting time in your life. And thank you for letting me be part of it.
Thank you, Monique. It's important that you guys know about her. Most of you already have talked to her, because when you ask me what is happening with my registration because I don't have the course is not ready for me and they don't accept me on that course, I need a permission, I need an authorization. Guess what? Monique is the one that will help you. So you don't need to send the email to me. You can send, no problem, because I will forward to her, but that's the person that will give you the support for those activities. So thank you, Monique, again for being with us. Just a review before I go to the presentation that I promised you. A review of what is our program all about. In the first year, you have the general public health courses. So we call DCOR, but it's not our official name, DCOR. So you have PHCJ courses that will go over health education, health administration, leadership, health promotion, lifestyle, health administration, maybe a little bit of biostatistics, maybe more than a little bit. And then you have this general knowledge of what public health is all about. And then at the end of the first year, you have a comprehensive examination that is going over what you did during the courses. We are in a process to change that. Maybe during your time, sorry for the old student, but maybe we will facilitate this a little better during the course of your program. I will not say anything here to not compromise myself, but we are very concerned about this comprehensive test, and we are making changes. Not eliminate the test at all, not eliminate the exam, but facilitating it in a different way. So I believe you guys are gonna be benefit from that. So the second year is preventive care major. That is where you have the classes with me, the classes with Dr. Medina, the health coach programs or courses. That's where you have preventive care. We talk about diseases, focus on disease prevention exclusively. So we have classes about obesity, about lifestyle disease and risk reduction. You have a little more on nutrition for applications to lifestyle, and those are the main courses of the program. So as you finish the second year, you have to start thinking about your final project that is going to be in the third year, and there is where you apply what you learned for the 2 first years in your we would like to have this applied to the community. Either an intervention or a research or a survey or a clinical trial can be, any of those are possible to do. Of course, they cannot be something that lasts for 2 or 3 years. It has to be condensed in 4 quarters. So that's a challenge for us because you have to kind of adjust your ideas to your schedule. You cannot go to the world and do whatever you want in 4 quarters, but we will do a little more about that. Before I go to my presentation that I will talk a little more about preventive care, I will open the forum for questions to me, to Dr. Medina, to Monique, if she is still, I think she's not anymore, or even to the old folks here. So Any questions that you might have?
This is Mecca. AG had a good question in the chat about needing to travel to California.
No. Sorry. Your program is entirely online for those that are online, except for Amar that is on site. And then we have a few other students that are on site from the past. But the program is totally online. The only advice that we do is for the applied practice, that we invite you to come to Loma Linda to stay in a few weeks, if you can do 1 or 2 weeks in this place here, just to see what we do here, just to have the feeling of a preventive care office or a lifestyle clinic. That's the only thing, but it's invitation, or by invitation only. You don't need to do that. I mean, when you do the applied practice, we can locate a place close to you, or you can find a place for that. But that's the only invitation. The rest of the program is totally on your place, on your house, and then we do online, okay?
I have a question. So you explained the timeline for the comp exam and when to start for the project, but those would be obviously different for those lasting longer than 3 years of the program, right?
Yes, of course. If you are taking part-time, some students are taking part-time, or some students miss one class over here and over there. So our experience, this is the second year that we are offering this program online. And then from the first year, many students somehow they skip some classes. So when you skip a class, you have to pay attention to that. You might have a sequence, and then you cannot take this class unless you wait for 1 year. Like if you have a sequence of biostatistics, this class is only offered on that specific quarter. If you miss that, next quarter you are not going to have that, so you have to wait 1 year. Then I have to readjust your map, and then it's going to take a little long. But depends on how much time your map is. You might take you might take 2 years for the first session. I would say most of the students are taking the first and the second year in 3 years, and then they do the project in the 4th year. I believe that's mostly the map that I made for you.
Thank you.
Any other question? Oh, we have Michelle here. So I will ask Michelle to introduce herself to the new students. So this is your opportunity, Michelle.
Hi, everybody. I'm Michelle. I'm just starting my 2nd year in the Preventive Care doctorate program. I don't know what information you want because I joined the meeting a little late. I apologize. But I usually take 3 to 4 classes at a time. I'm also a teacher at Cal State Long Beach, so I have my own class load there in addition to like being a student at Loma Linda. But I just want to assure you all that juggling the demands of coursework is doable for you. And the professors are really great at working with you to help you fit things in and answering questions. And of course, you can always contact classmates such as myself that might be able to help you. Is there anything else I could contribute maybe?
Thank you, Michelle. If you have any question for these guys, you can ask when they are still around, okay? Anyways, let's introduce Jocelyn Pierre. She is from Trinidad Tobago. I have been in Trinidad Tobago 2 times already, so it's a marvelous country, I'll tell you. And then Jocelyn is a registered dietitian and finished an MPH in nutrition at Loma Linda University. I mentioned that because she could not work with her phone. By the way, if we check this preventive care program, I would just say that Loma Linda in general is a very diverse university. We have most ethnicities represented here. The School of Public Health is very diverse as well. And the preventive care, boy, it's diverse. Diversity is a synonym of preventive care. So currently we have, besides those guys that are spread around the world, we have Jocelyn that is from Tobago internationally. We have one student from Hong Kong that is in the second year of the program. We have one student from Mexico, Ruben Shipuli. We have one student from Brazil. So I'm not sure if you know that I am from Brazil. So this is the student that is graduating this year from Brazil. And we have also one student, a few students from Saudi Arabia that are finishing the course. I mean, Amar is the new one, but we have 2 or 3 from Saudi Arabia that are in the end of the program too. So you see that we have a representation of the world here, and then we are happy that you joined the right program, I believe. Any other question that you might have? So I'm gonna tell you one thing that you might need to know. Usually, for when you get to the final project, we assign you a mentor. I cannot have all the students with me. We are 3 faculty here, me, Dr. Medina, and Dr. Mike Palani. And we will share, some of you will have different mentors during the program. I will be, I would say, the second mentor for most of you. But usually we assign these mentors now, and then you get acquainted with your mentor during your program until you have the final project. So you can start discussing with your mentor what are your ideas for the final project ahead of time. Don't leave that for the last minute. And that's my advice. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen now, and I'm gonna go to that presentation. Some of you already have watched that because I promote that in my YouTube video. And if you wanna have the complete one, I will put in the chat. I will put in the chat the link for that. And then I'm gonna share the screen now. This link is not from this presentation, is an old presentation that I made for the school, but let me share the screen. Just let me know if you are able to see my screen. Okay. So welcome to the DRPH in preventive care. Let's go and see a little bit of the history of the program. The program is started in 1972. So I can say that this is one of the oldest programs in the School of Public Health. And then next year, we are gonna complete 50 years. Can you believe that? That's something. And Dr. Mervyn Harding is the one that was the founder of the program, the same guy that founded the School of Public Health. I'm not going to stay much on that because you can watch it later on if you need to have some more information about that. By the way, this guy died with 96 years old. So he was a preventive care, not only in the speech, but on the practice. Then Dr. Gunther Dimkova was the second administrator of the program. He is still the director of the Fox Group, that is a consulting and a health promotion consulting or healthcare consulting company. Dr. David Nima, the expert in exercise, was the third director of the program. He is still an active teacher at the Appalachian State University. By the way, Dr. Nima is one of the most recognized experts in the world about exercise, and especially exercise and nutrition and exercise and immunity. For many years, we used to have his book as a textbook for our exercise courses. Then Glenn Blix was the fourth director. He was the one that changed the name of the program. Until then, the program was called Doctor in Health Sciences, and Dr. Blix changed that for preventive care. That was a name a little more that focused on what we do. Health science was too broad, too general, and preventive care go a little focus on what we really do, that is to prevent and intervene on lifestyle to improve the outcomes in terms of no having diseases or for a better management of diseases. Then after Dr. Blix, we have Dr. Fujimoto, who was the director for a few years here from 2003 to 2007. By the way, he was a former nuclear engineer. So we have all of these big shots that used to direct this program. Can you believe that?
Just enter in your username and your
So someone has to mute the phone. Maybe all of you should.
You can mute him. You can mute him.
Yeah, when I am share my screen, I get lost.
Oh, you can't see it? Yeah, if you can make me the host, I can do it.
Yeah, okay. So after Dr. Fujimoto, we have Dr. Serena Thompson. She was the only director of this program that was not a preventive care graduate. She was a physician, but she brought a lot of experience with research. She was a very acknowledged in research, and then she did the first clinical trial in the program, the fiber study. That was more than $100,000 that we got from the Ardmore Institute of Health. And then after her, I was the one until now. So nothing more important to say here. Let's move. And then in between, we have other directors that were kind of interim directors. Dr. Naomi Modesti was a director, Dr. Adam Arechiga, and Dr. Wayne Dysinger on the right. In the middle, Dr. Adam Arechiga is a DRPH and clinical psychology, doctor in clinical psychology. Dr. Arechiga is still a member of our subcommittee, as I will show you later. And on that time, just for you to know, on that time, we used to have a dual program, a double major in preventive care and in psychology. And these guys finished that taking almost 200 units for you to have an idea. It was crazy, a crazy program, but guys like that were able to take it. Here is a list of former graduates that are famous in their expertise. On the left, upper left, we have Fred Harding. He is the nutrition director of nutrition for the Seventh-day Adventist Health Ministry Department in the world. And then Don Hall, after him, the owner of WellSource. Hans Diel, the third one, is the founder of the CHIP program. Community Health Improvement Program. Then we have Carlos Crespo. He was a member of the CDC. He still belongs to some coalition in CDC, some boards there. Then in the bottom left, we have Dr. Lee Burke, the first doctor that did research on humor and
I think
immunity.
Restro is busy now.
Dr. Lee Burke is the director of research for the School of Allied Health. Then we have Roy Vartabedian. He founded the program NutriPoints. He is based in San Diego. And then we have other people that are still in Loma Linda, like Dr. Marielle Westerberg, Luis Schneider. They were in Loma Linda. Dr. Brenda Rea is in Loma Linda. Dr. Hela Haddad also in Loma Linda. Then we have Dr. James Peter. This is the one that just passed away a few years ago. He was a preventive care. He was a medical doctor. He was a respiratory therapist. And he was also, if I'm not wrong, a registered dietitian. So bright guys come to preventive care, I'm telling you.
Dr. Santos?
Rosario Sakamoto is...
Dr. Santos, 1 minute, please. Let me tell everyone to please unmute yourself. Everyone, please check your audio and unmute yourself. Amar, your audio is on. Please unmute yourself.
You mean mute?
Oh, sorry. Mute yourself. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Dr. Medina. Sorry, mute yourself.
Thank you. I don't know how I can control that while I am in the sharing, but that's fine. Thank you, Yuman. Thank you for that. So the guy here, Rosario Sakamoto, is a nurse practitioner in Fuller. She teaches in the Fuller University, if I am not wrong. And Dr. Brian Haddock is our exercise expert that teaches in Cal State San Bernardino. And he's the director of the exercise physiology program there. Okay. Now my presentation is, okay, let's move here. Okay, so these are the three faculty in the program, Dr. Ernie Medina, myself, and Dr. Mike Palani. So far, we have 25 students, and then we have students that are left or get leave of absence. With the new students now, we will have about 35 students for sure. This is the preventive care subcommittee. So when you get to your final project, once you have academic review, once you have any questions or we are going to go over decisions for the program, this is the program that make decisions. This is the program that voted for this. Sorry, this is the committee that voted for this program to be online. And then we have all of these guys, many of those you already know. Maybe Dr. Moses is the one that I didn't talk much. She is the director of the risk management at Loma Linda University. She is also a preventive care. Dr. Nelson, director of the health education, both the MPH and the DRPH program. Dr. Goudot is a doctor in preventive care, and she is she practices in the Beaver Medical Group here in Redlands. All of these, with the exception of Dr. Nelson, are DRPH graduates. So we have, I think some of you have watched our preventive care grand rounds. We run at least once a month, we run on Thursdays, and then we have recorded those. So if you go to YouTube to to watch this lecture that I send in the link, you can visit this preventive care grand rounds, and then we recorded all of them there. This is our preventive care research group. just for you to know, some of these guys are in transition, like Dr. Tony Jerry is not anymore, no longer with Loma Linda. Diane Han is my assistant, but she just, I think, stopped working. She will, she is a registered dietitian student, and so she is doing her clinicals now. Dr. Abel Alvarez is the assistant that we still have. He is also a physician, was a missionary in Africa, and then he is one of the DRPH preventive care students. Dr. Wenes Reis in the left here is the one that I mentioned, left, upper left, is the one that is from Brazil. He is, I don't stop to saying that, but Dr. Wenes Reis is surgeon, is a vascular surgeon from Brazil doing preventive care. Just for you to know that we have not only a variety of ethnicities, but a variety of professions in this program, from doctors, from nurses, and from specialists in public health, and from people, teachers, and registered dietitians, and so on. This is just to show the preventive care research group activities. We have 21 publications in the last 3 years. 14 have been from former students, 5 from dissertations, and then 2 from our own studies. We just got approved our polypharma study publication that is going to be published in the Journal of the American College of Lifestyle Medicine. We worked 1 year on that article to be published. So publications takes a while. The reason that we have most of our former students that we have published there is because some people graduate from the program and never submit their publication, or they submit their publication and were rejected, and then they never go back there. So I'm telling you, because of our experience publishing these articles and doing these studies, we guarantee that we will publish your final project with you or without you. We hope that you stay with us, and then we can publish this together. But we will find one way or another to find a journal that is a good journal to publish your results of your study. This is one of the studies that we published in 2021. This was a student that finished this. His name is Joe Raphael, the second author here. And he finished his study maybe in 2015. And then I think I'm not saying the truth. He submitted the publication for the Journal of Gerontology, but they said, well, your paper is not about gerontology, so we are not going to publish it. And then it passed all of these years, I mean, 6 years. And then when we visit again, they said that, hey, this journal is too old. This paper is too old, and maybe we will not accept. It's not going to be able to publish. And so we have all these negatives from one and another. So what we did is that, so sorry, what you have in the left is not the article, okay? This is just a cover of the journal. The article is here. In fact, was 2019, should be 4 years after he's finished his grade. But we were able to publish this. Of course, if we work, so we have to review the literature, we have to review the results, we have to review all of this, the grammar, and put it in a little better format for the journal. And then we change the authorship. You might say, okay, Dr. Dos Santos, you got us first author. Yeah, I got it, but I don't do that for all the students. So This guy here, when is raised, just for you to have an idea, he has published with me seven articles, 7 papers, because he goes and review, and sometimes he's first author. I don't get all the first authorship just because I am in charge. I look for these journals that, for these papers that nobody submit, and then we retrieve, we get to a group to study it, to review it, and then we submit for publication. 1, 2, and 3, and 4 times. So we never give up on that, okay? That's good news, because that's why I'm telling you that we will publish your paper. This is our full plate diet. One of our studies that we did this was a clinical trial. The second from the right is Brenda Coranda. She was one of the co-authors and one of the coordinators of the full plate diet clinical trial. So we talk about the Dresden Center Office of Preventive Care. This is where we are located in Loma Linda. We do here health assessments. We do lifestyle counseling for the community. We do health coach practice. By the way, today we will go to the university and have a booth there and do some health assessments for them, and recruit some people for our research, and recruit some people for health coaching also, for the Loma Linda Backlash Welcome for new students. Is about more than 1 year that we don't have these sections because of the COVID, and now is the first time that we are gonna do. So if you are on campus, I believe Amar can go there. Maybe Amar and Lady Ann or the other ones that are close by. So we also support church health ministries, and we do health seminars, health lectures, health fairs in the community based on the Center from Preventive Care. This is the entrance of our center. Kind of busy, but we took a little bit. It is not with full of those things anymore. The problem is that I put all of the information in this table and then flyers that we have. And then with the time, some other people came and fill up my table with other things not related to my program. So I decided to take the table away. But you have information about our health expos, about our full plate diet, and about our assessments here. This is our staff in the Dresden Center Office of Preventive Care. We have Abel Alvarez, we have Diana Han that just left. We have Mareka, that is a volunteer, and our PR. Mareka is the one that promotes our program for the community, and she is, I hope one day I can hire her because she does a good job to promote our services. So this is a health fair that we did in the Herbivore Festival here in Yucaipa. This is our program that we did with Rancho Cucamonga Seventh-day Adventist Church. We did a seminar for health, and then this is the team that we have working together. We have done tons of health care expos here in Dresden, and then we have done in the churches that you see here. Most are churches in the community around Loma Linda. So, and then we have been also to outside. We have been here, we have done one in New York together with the School of Behavioral Health. We have been with to Trinidad, to Jocelyn, if you are still there. We have been to your place and did some few health fairs there. And we have been to Jamaica also with the group Hands International. This is one of our health expos that we did in Dresden. We have done health expos for the last 3 years, and we have, I put 2,000, but the real number is more than 3,000 people that have been to those health fairs. in close here in Dresden. So we conduct almost one health fair every month, and then except on the summer, but even the summer we do some of those sometimes. Here is the health fair. Here is our Facebook group. So I will ask you to go and visit us and see and sign up for our information there. We are just making plans to do our newsletter. We have a newsletter that we send to our clients. We have more than 4,000 clients in our list, and we plan now to do this every month. We were doing every quarter. Now we are going to be a little more frequent. That's the newsletter. If you want more information about the newsletter, just email us to sph-preventivecare@llu.edu. A group with the nurses. We in Dresden Center, we also train the nurses, the registered nurses from Loma Linda. So all of them pass to Dresden, and then we have the privilege to work together. So we have an interaction between nurses. We also train medical doctors in lifestyle. So we have not the whole school of medicine, but maybe 1/4 of the doctors, medical doctors come to Dresden, and also the physician assistant. All of the physician assistants also come to our office, besides the students in the School of Public Health. This is one of our health fairs in the Fullerton Seventh-day Adventist Church. And then this is the final message, just to see why you are in the right program. Non-communicable diseases are responsible for 41 million deaths per year. That is 71% of the total global deaths in the world. And then you have 17.9 million dying from cardiovascular disease. And then second is cancer, 9.3 million. Then respiratory disease, 4.1 million, and diabetes, 1.5 million. And then the four factors related to those diseases are tobacco use, physical inactivity, harmful use of alcohol, and unhealthy diets. And those are the main responsible for non-communicable disease. The term non-communicable diseases is getting around the world because most of the countries are having more and more issues related to their lifestyle. As soon as a nation becomes industrialized, then there comes McDonald's, there comes Coca-Cola, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and Burger King and others. And their diets become a little bit lax, and their exercise, they don't have more time for exercise. They move to the cities, they don't have the environment favorable to them to do exercise, and then the disease comes. The American disease, sorry to say that name, but the Western disease come to their population too. So it's I am going to do a lecture for the global health students for the first time in 13 years in Loma Linda, a lecture for the global health studies students, because they invite me and say, okay, we have seen that when we go overseas, it's not just infectious disease that they have, but they have a burden of diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, obesity, and heart disease. How can we address that? And they invite me to do the lecture. I'm preparing for that. These are the services that we have in Dresden. We still offer tobacco cessation. We have a seminar for cancer prevention. We have a program for weight management that we call Full Plate Diet. We have a support group for weight management that we call Loma Linda Light. We do health coaching, we do individual health and risk assessments and biometrics and lifestyle counseling, besides the health lectures, health expos, and seminars. That's preventive care, preventing and treating disease through lifestyle, physical, mental, social, and spiritual health. And then we follow the example of Jesus Christ. I came that they might have life and have it abundantly. So this is our, besides that, we have a party every year. And we can do this also. I mean, last year, in 2020, it was online. So because we could not meet. So maybe this year would be a mix of online and virtual. Here we have volunteers, we have faculty, we have supporters, we have even the director of the program, the director of the School of Public Health. From right to left, the third person is Dr. Ellen Marshak. She is the dean of the school. And then we have students, and then we have the ones that work with our research group, and that's a family. We consider preventive care a family, and then you are welcome to our family. Okay, I will stop share now. I know it was a little long. I'm sorry about that, but let's see if we don't have anybody new here. As I'm seeing, no news one. Any questions that we have? Anything to say before we finish this? We have Ala. Maybe Ala can introduce herself. Ala, we did that before, but if you can say a few words to the new students, that would be wonderful.
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Ala Biran. I'm starting my third year in the program. I've been in Loma Linda for a while. I had my master's in epidemiology, and now I'm doing my DRPH in preventive care. I've been working with Dr. Dos Santos in the research group, Health Expos. We published the polypharma paper after a year and a half of working on it and getting rejections and edits, and finally we got it published. I learned a lot from this program, and I'm currently working with Beaver Medical Group as a health educator and health coaching consultant. So hopefully you guys have the opportunity to learn and to go out and apply all of what you learned in this program. And if you need any help, any questions, feel free to reach out.
Thank you, Ala. Ala is the responsible person for that article. She was the one that went over and over and over on that until we finished being accepted for publication. We appreciate that, Ala. And she works for the Beaver Medical Group that is it's kind of a clinic close to Loma Linda, but does not belong to Loma Linda. And they are famous because they have hired so many preventive care students. It's very interesting that they kept hiring people while they are in the program. We have in the past, we have San Lu, that was San Lu Padilla, that was one of our students, and then several people applied for a position in Beaver. And then the person hiring asked me, how about this student, San Lu? And then I said, well, she is one of the best students. Boom, she was hired. And same thing happened with Ala. Several people are applying for a position there in Beaver, and all of a sudden they ask about Ala. And then boom, she was hired. So if you leave your, I tell my students that I know we don't have a position, a job as a nurse, as a medical student have, or a registered dietitian, a job market for you open right after you finish. But if you leave preventive care, you are gonna get a job before you graduate, and that's what I mean. When I say leave, is that first you belong to the family. First you not only learn the things, but you apply in your life, in your daily life, your lifestyle, your healthy lifestyle. And then you dedicate to help people with their lifestyle. So if you have these on yourself, if you develop these or amplified, because most of you, I know you are already doing those things, you will be promoted or get the jobs that you need or that you are looking for. Anyways, let's see, anybody have any other thing? I think I talked too much already. Any questions, anything? Well, how we go by communication here? First of all, I prefer that you email me, and then email, it would be the official email of Loma Linda. And the reason for that is that we always documented whatever requests you have or whatever complaint you have, and because it is written there, so we can follow up with that. If you call me, you can call me, but then if it's academic, sometimes I have to refer you for email. If you are in Canvas, if you are in a course in Canvas, please email me with Canvas about that course. Don't use Canvas to email about the program, because Canvas should be for the specific course that you are talking about. So if you are in my course, Lifestyle, Disease and Risk Reduction, while you are a student there, you can send Canvas email about doubts that you have, and we will help you with whatever. Most of my courses are asynchronous, meaning that I will not teach a class on you. Everything is recorded. Every activity is there for you to follow. And then, but if you have problem with that, you can contact me anytime, send an email. And I will say, don't send just one email. Sometimes the email get on the junk mail here. And I have some problem sometimes with students say, well, I emailed you and I never got your response. And then I said, I'm sorry, I was not aware of your email, but email me one more time and 3 times or whatever. If I am not responding, usually I respond in 1 day. Most of my mail, 1 day you have the response. If I don't respond, if I haven't responded in 1 day, please send again. But you can text me. I mean, most of you have my phone, you can text me. Texting is another way. By the way, I want you that are there, the new students, to send your text for me to put in my messenger. So, because sometimes I know that some of you are hard to read emails. So we have a texting system also for preventive care, and I keep texting all of the information about our preventive care grand rounds, about our studies that we do, the Bible discussion. I keep sending that to them. And once I have an important announcement, I send that to text. And the trend is to use more texting. So please email me your text for me to make a text list for preventive care, or to join the list that I have for the old folks here. Okay, guys, questions? We have one more student that just is arriving. So Suzanne Witzel. Suzanne, can you say a few words for the new students?
Hello, I'm in Florida. I'm in Ocala, Florida. And I just finished up. We treat patients with special needs in our dental clinic. So this afternoon was quite busy. But I'm so happy to be part of this program. I love it. And Dr. Dos Santos is the best advisor ever. So welcome.
Thank you, Suzanne.
Mm-hmm.
Suzanne is physical therapist. Is that your former profession?
Yes, it is. I have an active license in physical therapy, and I specialized in rheumatology. So I've done almost everything there is to do in the field of physical therapy, but my love is rheumatology, and so I have taught and done a lot of things. Worked in 3 different states: New York, Pennsylvania, and Florida. So I like
Thank
it.
Thank you, Suzanne. I just emphasize that to show the diversity that we have in the program. So
Yes.
thank you very much to share with us. Okay, I think if nobody else wanna say anything, we might adjourn this earlier. If you are okay with that. The new students, any last words from the new students? Mac, Yumang, Jocelyn, Vivian, AG, you are still there. If you want to say anything, if you want to ask anything, is your chance now.
I just want to say thank you. I appreciate getting to meet everyone and look forward to working with you guys.
I agree. Our orientation today helped relieve some anxiety about this coming quarter. So thank you to everybody and all the private messages from the second year students as well.
Good. It's nice to have you guys here. So we are exciting with the new group of students that are starting this quarter. And as you see, our program is going more online. So we have 12, if I am not wrong, 12 new students and just one that is face-to-face. The other ones are all online. So this was what happened with health education, DRPH in health education. For years, they have DRPH that was face-to-face. They open online, and today they are all online. They are not in face-to-face anymore. It gives the opportunity for people that can continue working. So if you want to do preventive care and come to Loma Linda and spend 3 years here, it's kind of tough to live here, to move, and then you stop your profession, you have family, you have a lot of things. So doing online facilitates that. And the program is, I will say the trend of education is going online. After the pandemic, they figured out that online is the future. Well, I knew that before. As I mentioned, I am an online teacher for 13 years. I am the oldest online teacher in the School of Public Health, I would say. Mostly exclusive because when I started, they only gave me online courses, and so I am teaching them until now. But the trend in education is going online, and you might say, well, that's fine, but how about medical doctors? Well, even virtual surgeries they are doing online today. And also, one thing that happened is telemarketing. Is telemarketing the name? Well, maybe I'm not with the name, but right with the name. But in Loma Linda, after the pandemic, they figured out that they could do medical consultations online for most of the clinics. Can you believe that? They open up a new specialty here that would be online. So when I have to do my checkups here, I go there and I call the lady in the risk management or in the FMOs here, the now it's FMG, Faculty Medical Group. And then I asked, I want to do a consultation with this doctor. And then the lady asked me, do you want a virtual consultation or a presential consultation? So if they are going online, the world is going virtual, and we cannot be behind. And preventive care is here to do the same thing. Okay, I am officially adjourning that unless anybody else, nobody else want to say anything. So guys, thank you very much. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for choosing the right program. I'll see you.
Thank you, Dr. Dos Santos.
Thank you for being in this meeting. I will finish the meeting officially now.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Michelle.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.